Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Hello and welcome back to the stream. It is I, Caja de Ojos. Today we're gonna continue some more IRL stuff, I guess. That's how I put it in the title, but whatever. First, let me see if you're gonna be able to see. Okay, yes, I think you are. No, wait. Like that. Hmm. Sorry if this seems kind of stupid. I'm trying to get the right position so you can see me drawing. But I think that's good. Like that. Yes, I think you can see it. Okay. So, how's everybody doing? My name is Caja de Ojos. I am a graphic designer. I usually do VTuber stuff, but I can't really do that right now unless I find the technology to be able to do so. I don't think I will. But so until then, we're gonna have this type of streams. But yeah, today we're gonna do more of this stuff. Oh my god, this shit is so dry here. Well, whatever. In any case, if you don't know about this, I am doing a painting for my mom. Even though it's past Mother's Day, still want to do it. So yeah, I already said white. I'm trying a little bit of a new setup. I'm basically taking the cord of the camera and passing it through the cap that is holding it and taping it in the back. So if that doesn't work, I am so sorry, but yeah. Okay, so today we're gonna do. Oh, goddamn! That shit is almost broken. Look at that. Yeah, might as well just make it official. Make it Facebook official, as a really, really bad sunset. So yeah. Yes, and then there. Yup. Let me see. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think you can see it. If you can't see it, and if you would like to see it, please do tell me, because I will change it if that is the case. I do want people to see what I'm doing. I don't just want to show off thing that I'm doing. Like, hey, look at this. I actually want to be able to see that. Okay. So, water. Huh? A little bit of yellow. Kind of go towards red, kind of. That is orange. Now that is more red edge. But it isn't really the thing that we're looking for here. Got a little bit of white to be pale. And I just realized that is the thing up here, so I can't really do that. I have to really do it for this. If you don't know what we're doing today, we're gonna be doing the flowers that are gonna be in the background, and I do want them to be a little bit more like this. To be fair, I have been doing all of this, right? But the every time that I do it, I'm like, every time that I'm not doing it, I go and I think like, okay, I'm gonna use the rule of the chromatic circle. You know, the circle, like, or magenta would be here, and then green would be here, and then red would be here, and then yellow would be here, and then cyan would be here. But all of that makes it a little bit more difficult because I don't see the thing, and sometimes I forget that I made the bases a really warm color. At this mind you, a really desaturated warm color, but a warm color nonetheless. And in the background is green, which is a cold color, but it's a little more saturated. So it is up in the air if it's gonna work well as a background. It's a lot of things. So yeah, even though it's in the opposite side of the color wheel, and it would look cool, I already used it, so I can't really be experimenting much with that since I already used it in a different part. That is the problem that I was having with this part, that it was blending too much with the background. So right now I just kind of went towards the yellow, which is gonna be kind of hard because right here is more yellow. So that is, I say this to everybody, like every time that you do design or you do anything about design or drawing or anything, look at it from the point that it's still a type of problem solving. So never feel like the abilities that you develop while you're doing this don't apply on other subjects, because you're still doing problem solving. The only difference is that it is way more towards the part of visual elements. So I was actually thinking of doing this. I want to make a a video on WoW, on World of sorry, my voice it's a little bit hoarse. On WoW level design, and I had an idea on how the last zone that they made before they announced this new expansion could have been made, and how the elements could have been. And mind you, I am a Final Fantasy 14 player, so some people might actually not like my opinions about it, but I still wanted to do it. I might be able to do it in like sometime, like not don't expect this to be like next week or something like this. This shit takes time. Plus, I'm still looking for a university that will pick me in and say, "Yo, this guy is doing cool shit. Let's take him in and give him $1 million." No our school's resources. But yeah, it's more of that kind of thing. So one of the things that I was thinking about that was like water, and then how they wanted to apply water into the formula that they were trying to do. But I say this all the time: see it as problem solving. What does that mean? Use the abilities that you used to when you were doing problem solving for math problems. There are constants and there are variables. So what would be the constant? Like maintain the WoW aesthetic. It would be weird if it suddenly became hyper realistic or more toon like. So maintain that. That is a constant. But what happened? Got stuck in the chair. The cable got stuck in the chair. Maybe I should have just used a regular chair for this. But yeah. So those are the variables. No, those are the constants. So what would be the variables? Like the concept, the story, everything about that. So everything that is a variable is things that you can put your creative input into it. And the thing that I said is a problem solving is because you have to be able to look at the variables, look at the constants, and be able to do something cohesive out of them. If you don't, then you've done your job as a designer wrong. You should change something. And that is my problem with a lot of things that Blizzard has been doing. It really does feel like they're not letting their designers like experiment a lot, or even go out of any pretenses that they had before. It seems like it's really frustrating to work at that company, especially with all the harassments and things that they've been experimenting over the years. It just feels real awful. I wouldn't want to work there. Even before, I really didn't want to work there. Since Overwatch, I kind of was like, you know what, maybe I don't really see that as a good place to be at. Not that I was saying like, oh, of course, if I put my mind to it, I would have worked at Blizzard. Of course not. I'm just saying, like, this seems like a really, like a really, how do I say this? It feels like they're compressing their people. They don't not letting them do stuff, and that reflects on their games and their character. It just feels like nobody is able to do or say stuff if you're not in a sufficiently high position of power. Even then, it's kind of like they threaten you and shit. It's starting to look a little bit better, I say. Let's leave that there for now. What I want to go now is do some purple flowers. I want to do more experimental colors for the for the rest of the things. I want to put a more reddish, more purple colors all around that, just because I want to make them like fantasy colors, let's say. And that is all good and great, but I can't really do it because that's not what my mom wants, and it's painting for my mom, so I'm not just gonna be an asshole about it. Okay. Don't want her to be like, the fuck is this? And the painting is done. By the way, I am in the top floor of our house, and my mom has really weak knees, so she rarely sees this picture. Maybe like once a week. And she has been telling me like, what the fuck? Why isn't it done yet? And I'm like, these things take time, okay? It takes a little bit of time for it to look good. Right now, it's looking okay, but not that great, I say. Okay, so thing that I wanna do, I wanna put some sunflowers in this part. I wanna like each row to have its own theme. So you might be saying, okay, you wanna put sunflowers, then why are you putting so many? Why are you putting like orange things there? Trust me, it makes sense once you do it enough times. And what I mean is designing. And why does it make sense? Because it's gonna have some shadows in the back part, so might as well put on this already there, so that I can keep a little bit on the shadow process. Because like every single color has like a version of that color that works as a shadow. For example, look at all this. This would be like a really brick version, but look, the shadow is basically purple, basically magenta, and the other part is more towards like the yellows, a little more like red, a little bit of orange. So the orange would be the shadow of the yellow, and that's kind of where I'm going to. Especially since the inside of the sunflower isn't really like black as many people do it. It is more of a dark orange. So yeah, some parts of this I'm gonna have to like do more, but I am putting this so that I can like establish like, yeah, that is gonna be there, and you can't do anything about it, Caja. You have to do something about that. It's like basically forcing myself to do something about it because it is there. I can't ignore it. I can't repaint this. I mean, I can, but it's not gonna look as great. It's gonna look as great as a cover-up tattoo. I'm not a tattoo artist, so it wouldn't really look that great. Let's do some like things here. There you go. This is a big one here. I mean, it's all the sizes are gonna be relative because this isn't going that far up. Let's say the distance from here to here is the same from here to here, so it's probably like 5 meters or something like that. It's not that big. How much is that? Like 17 feet, whatever. This. And using a little bit of that orange mixture, I'm gonna go into the doing the rest of the things. And now this is the thing that I was talking about. I am gonna be forced to do something about it. So my brain kind of revs up, and I start to get more ideas on how to fix it and do it better. A lot of the time, I am not saying that it's gonna be all the time. I really try to never speak in absolutes, but let's say, hypothetically, that it's a little sunflower. Little sun. Yeah, it looks a little bit better than if I did a completely dark center. I am gonna do some like shadowing, some other stuff like that, but this helps a lot. And even it has a little bit of perspective in it. Yeah. Oh, let me. Because if I went with a pure yellow, it would be like, look at this. Going for this goal. If I went with pure yellow, it would look too bright, and it would be out of place, especially if it's something in the background. If it's something in the background, you wanna more than always. You wanna make it a little bit less like either saturated or a little bit more dark, just to differentiate it from things that are in front. Or else everything has this kind of like homogeneous quality. And if you don't know what homogeneous is, it's like samey. I guess would be a good way of saying it. And it just doesn't look that great. I mean, this is really bright compared to everything that is at this level of the scene, but it's still quite a bit better if I just went with the raw yellow there. And once I get to the front, I will be putting it a little more and more bright yellow so that it is drawing the view. Like, look at all these red things. They're getting basically obscured by the rest of the shadow. That was lucky, but here I'm working with a more, in terms of light quality, way more light color. So I have to be careful not to be too aggressive with how bright it looks. It's all a big balancing act. You have to know a lot of rules and how to apply them, when to apply them, even. Because, yeah, I can do all of this, but maybe it wouldn't look good in another type of painting. Let's say it's a painting at night, so I have to base everything around blue, or else it just looks really weird. And, I mean, this, you could argue that it looks like it's a painting at night, but I wanted everything to look dark because I wanted to make like a swamp kind of look to it. That's why there's a lot of blues, a lot of yellows. In that sense, I wanted to make it mm, way more mysterious. Like, where is this thing? Where is this garden in the shape of a flower? My mom, the first time that she saw it was like, "Oh, this is a UFO." I'm like, "It's not. It's a garden. The garden in the shape of a flower." Of course, if nobody understands that, it's fine. As long as you can see the flowers that are on it, uh, that's all that I want. That is everything that I want out of this. Where's the shadow? Okay, the light's coming from this way. Okay. For a second, I was like, "Where's the light coming from in this scene?" It wasn't that clear for a second. Always remember to put something that does light or something about that in your scene. It is important, or else you're gonna forget where you establish light from, and once you come back in, you're gonna be like, what the fuck did I do here? How does this make any sense? Let's do a little bit longer for that. Okay. It's not gonna be the more dull garden. I don't wanna spend like 1,000 hours on a single flower. I just want it to be kind of pretty to look at. You know? Hmm. I'm not gonna do this to every single flower here. I'm gonna apply it some of them and be able to put some imperfections there, so it will look a little more realistic, so that it doesn't just look that like I went but I actually went in and did something. Let's work smarter, not harder. Yeah, I say that it looks a little bit better. I say that a lot, and it's basically how I look at doing a drawing. Because at a certain point, you are not gonna be able to keep on drawing. You're gonna have to give it to your client, or just if it's a personal project, like stop and do the next project. So you really gotta know when to stop. And yeah, it could look better. You could do more things. You have improved since you started the drawing. But is it that important, or is it better to take the things that you have learned from this experience and move on to the next one? As I said, painting is a balancing act, not just in what you're painting, but in everything else. That came, that actually came out a little bit more fucking existential that I originally intended. But hey, existentialism is not intentional. Just how life is. I'm like this is because I heard a little bit of Nietzsche before this. Nietzsche. However you pronounce it. It's a really funny name. It's a really funny name for a really funny guy that said everything doesn't matter. Probably way better ways of painting this or doing these effects. But this is the one that I chose, and it's maybe not the best thing, but hey, I am doing it. That's also another thing. A lot of people like kind of get stun locked on the way to research things and never stop researching, but never start doing things. And I can understand that. I had a part. I had a thing like that when I was still in college. But the problem with that was that I didn't really care enough to pay attention to those feelings. So, especially the college doesn't really give you time to do so. It's like, oh, you finished this homework, here, get another one. Oh, you didn't finish that homework, here, take another one. So it doesn't really leave much place for it. But in the past few months that I've been able to get out of college and do all this stuff, it really has put things into perspective on how much like a stressful life will deter from your artistic endeavors, even if that is what you're pointing towards. I believe that is how it is even in more artistically minded colleges, because I went for graphic design. That isn't really that much artistic, and there are some people that would argue that it's not really art, it's more like a means to end. It's more technical. Like you wouldn't call architecture art, but maybe the result of architecture could be considered art. But as a discipline, it's not really considered like that. That's how graphic design is in the eyes of a lot of people. So it makes it a little bit hard when you have when I have like quote unquote artistic integrity in your projects. But now that I'm basically self-employed and all that stuff, it's a little bit easier to start thinking about these things. I mean, I had a class about that, like in second semester, and never again was it mentioned. So that tells you how important some people think it is to think that graphic design is art or not. Some people just don't care. They literally are just doing their job. You know, and that is respectable. That is what they want to do, and that is how they if they do their work well, then who am I to oppose that? But still lives the question: is graphic design art? What do you think? Type it in the chat down the side. That's how I'm gonna be doing it from now on. Chat down the side. Because even in YouTube, it's in the side. I save. Aha, got him. Got them in an imaginary battle that nobody started, nobody finished. But I came on top. Let me do some like kind of like that, like implying that the flower is gonna open. Implication is way better than showing the thing. Oh no, it was a really good man that said, what did he say? Subtlety is the language of cowards. I don't remember who said that, but that quote is so good. It's so funny. I think it was a director or a writer. Because like, subtlety is the language of cowards. I put my things insane every time. Nobody can say that I'm fake. I was like, you know what, dude, go for it. I don't care. But it is kind of stupid what you said. Subtlety is the language of cowards. That is a take, I say. That is a bona fide fucking take. In this tumultuous climate, where a single word can take you out of public discourse and put you in a place where nobody will believe you say things. Unless you got cloud or or more melanin. This is not a jab at somebody, it's just me like getting the shit while I draw. Oh, mindful of you. I don't know where that came from. My brain was like, why don't you say this next? And I was like, yeah, maybe that sounds okay. And it was okay, I guess. Not entertaining. That is the thing. A lot of people like. I see a lot of live streams, or that is one of the reasons that I wanted to live stream in the first place, and I keep doing it. Is that is fun, but it also really you really develop this thing where you learn how to not shut the fuck up. And I mean, if I was in a conversation or a debate, that would be fucking infuriating. But since what I'm saying is semi entertaining, I guess that's why people sometimes watch me. I don't fucking know. Maybe nobody watches me. What am I doing here? Who is watching this? Nobody ever watched me. It's the same person with bot accounts. And if you know what I would say if that was the case? Okay, that was a really good bid, I guess. Somebody created like 50, 60 something accounts. I don't know where 57, I guess. Accounts just to follow me and prank me when I realized that nobody actually likes me. But yeah, I mean, it would be a good bit. I would laugh. I would lol. Clean it a little bit. It is a little bit too dark. I want to put more bright colors there, but still using the parts that are. Ah, shit. I don't know why I'm not using my more detailed pencil. Maybe it's because it's at a distance, so I want it to look a little bit fuzzy. Because the further you are from something, the fuzzier it looks. I'm gonna represent like a fake perspective or focal point, whatever, however you want to call it. Okay. Like that. Trying to fix the thing that I made wrong. That isn't good enough. Maybe it's a really sad attempt at doing that, but I still want to try to do it. I really haven't. I also realized every time I talk about like how you see things and perception and stuff like that, I get reminded of dreams. How I haven't had a really memorable dream in a while. Maybe my brain just wants to rest these past few nights. I mean, I've had like dreams where I am like horsing around in Elder Ring, and I wake up and I'm like, did that actually happen or was that a dream? Because I have been playing that a lot. Fucked up view of the game because my computer is powerful, but apparently the game is stronger than I think. I mean, I have it in medium settings, and I do have a really okay thing in my, under the chassis of my computer. I even have RGB. So I don't know what is going on. Maybe I did something wrong. That part there wasn't needed. This? Wait. That's. I keep forgetting that you have to look way more than for you to see me mixing the colors. Sorry about that. If it's a little bit uncomfortable, please do tell. But I don't think it's that bad. Okay, so let's go like that. And let's put more like things putting out of them. Also fill up this hole. That was a really bad joke. I'm not gonna finish it. This. Like so, and then yeah, that like that is the flower, right? There you go. I even think that is a little bit too bright for this part, but hey. And this shouldn't be that as small, but hey, that actually works. It looks like there are different angles. So there really establishes it as like sunflowers, because if you don't know, sunflowers kind of just grow however they want. Like they grow towards the direction of the sun. I think some actually like turn throughout the day, and that's cool. Kind of creepy though. Oh my god. Go more towards. Because if it's something isn't like conflicting with something else, it just kind of looks fake, you know? Like so. There you go. Now I can make it a little bit brighter. put some highlights here because this part is already pretty yellowish, so it would mix really well, and I don't want it. I don't want it to. Yeah, it doesn't really. You can really see it. Put some more yellow there. There you go. A little bit more like that. Oh, I should have made it like back part really orange, so it differentiates the yellow when I put it on top of it, like that. And I do it a little bit more like this. I put more like that. There you go. A little more orange there. There you go. Yeah. It's not that a big and important part of it. There is. Okay, so I don't even know what these are. Maybe lilies, maybe whatever. I don't care. So, but I'm gonna have to eventually do this fountain in the middle of the garden, and that is gonna be hell. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm really good with this more naturalistic proportions, but every time that I try to do more like urban things, it kind of fails unless I do this kind of things right here that are more like nature, I guess. But I can't really use the tricks that I usually use for drawing in more in spaces that are a little bit more industrial, I guess, because I just end up doing really stupid shit. Oh my god, this thing is looking awful, but you know what? It's gonna work. I believe that it's gonna work, and therefore it will work. Put a little more yellow. I mean, I think it's because it's way more brighter than any of the other ones. Not sure about that. I really am not. What do you think? Is the flower even worth keeping? Maybe it's just because the things around it are way more like vivid colors, and that's why it's getting difficult to interpret as the other ones. Maybe the other ones had the same amount, just that the things around it were way more subdued. And here I have to go way more clear to even like take it out of there. I don't know. Let me just kind of apply a darker color here in the parts that I feel like I failed. Like that. It doesn't really look like a... You know what? That isn't a sunflower anymore. Oh, don't be a bitch. Okay, Caja, do it. 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 Who knows, maybe it will look better once I finish this other part. Yeah, it's not looking good. It really isn't. Unless as I go in, right? I go like this, so like paint between the petals. I was gonna say the leaves, which it's not incorrect, but maybe by like that, or the other flowers, and the other petals in the other side. Just some ideas for thought. Like that. Look any better? I don't think so. But it is there. It looks like a sore thumb in the face of everything else that I have made in this painting. Well, whatever. Well. In any case, let's put on the cyan. You might be saying, what the fuck? Why would you put cyan? To make it. On a really dark group. For stems of the sunflowers. Girasol. Turn sol. But that Spanish lesson. Was that good? Was that bad? Good. Now we go in and apply it. Like so. Apply this. Kind of breaking the part there. It's looking a little bit like plasticky, but trust me, it's gonna look better once I keep going. Let's do this be the back part of the flower, and that's why it's kind of fucked. Because I just don't want it to be. I don't want it to be lost in the middle of the other greens. Don't worry, I will accordingly. Like that. Like so. In the parts here in the back, I'm not gonna really do much. I'm gonna do like this, like dry brushing. There you go. Now we go towards more of the yellow. Now that part is separated from the other elements there. Like so. Look at that. It's also gonna have a freak of a shadow, don't you worry about it. Okay, and now that we have that, take this part right here and put it Wait, oh. Might be same, or you might not. Who cares? Why did I put that there? Make a version of these colors that is way darker without having to put black in it. Something that is the opposite side of the color wheel. There you go. Bam, bada bing, bada bam. Oh no, that is way too clear. I fucking Nolan reference. There you go. It's a little bit better. I think that's it's more of a no. Actually, that works. It's like maybe that's too dark of a color. That actually works. There you go. We're yellow. Which, as somebody that's actually been near a lot of sunflowers, it is accurate. There you go. It's starting to look better. Now let's get a way darker. Why? Why do we deeper beyond? For the ones at the back. Or else they're not gonna have a solution to their story. Ah, that's the way. There you go. Like that. So. And there you go. Look at that shit. It worked. My crazy stupid plan worked. Now let's some little leaves. This thing. So some little leaves right there. Some leaves like that. It's really watery, but that is kind of what I want. Actually, let's take it out completely. That actually looks way better. Let's do it again. There you go. There you go. There you go. Those were sunflowers, people. Actually, let's go a little bit darker. A little bit darker so I can do more shadows around here. Or else it's just gonna look kind of do limitations in it. There you go. I'd say that's okay, that's fine, that's cool, that's great. Now, go back. Go with a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and then into the purple. Right? Now we use that make flowers in the background, a little bit of flowers in the front, the shadowy part. There you go. Let's put a little bit of a flower here. You can really see it. Let's put some more around here. So maybe a few rogue flowers that kind of escape into the other part of the garden without being noticed by the gardener. There we go. So there you go. I'd say that's good. Looking better and better by the day. That's how drawing works. Next time, come back here for me to do that fountain that I'm so scared of doing. I don't know what part I'm gonna do first. I think I'm gonna first do the base, then build up from there. The only thing that I want for this is to not look like a dick. That is the only thing I want. I do not want it to look like a dick. That is the only prerequisite for me. So yeah. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being part of this experience. I hope you like this and my stupid commentary. And I'll be seeing you next video or whatever. Bye.